computer. Yes. Okay, thanks so much. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So to come back to wrap it all up. And by the way, for the recording, I just started recording on my computer. Part 1 was interrupted by a failure of the tripod. So now we're going to record it on Zoom, and this is good because we're going to get the full screen share and hopefully maybe a little bit of kind of some interaction here too. But we're capturing this right now, and to come back and bring it full circle to solving conflicts, I think that keeping Khalil Gibran's ideas in mind and looking at those conflicts, I think what we saw is that compassionate friendship is at the root of a lot of peace, right? True friendship. And being able to change conflicts and seeing them as opportunities for compassion and for building connection. And I really love this passage from On Friendship by Khalil Gibran, where he says, "Let your best be for your friend. If he must know the ebb of your tide, let him know its flood also. For what is your friend that you should seek him with hours to kill? Seek him always with hours to live." You know? Don't go to your friend with, and also he says, don't go to your friend with emptiness. Go to your friend. Well, let's see, what is, let's find that quote here. So I've got that open. And we'll look at that. So he says on friendship. For it is his to fill your need, but not your emptiness. And in the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and sharing of pleasures. For in the dew of little things, the heart finds its morning and is refreshed. It's beautiful, right? Cool. Okay. So that, I think, really points to the solution to all those conflicts we looked at is genuine friendship and letting the dew of those little things find their way into the morning of our hearts to refresh our spirit, right? There was a certain refreshing aspect of what ChatGPT was able to accomplish, right? ChatGPT was able to find the sweet turn of the tide from the conflict and be able to see the opportunity for real connection and peace. Okay, now let's go back to our presentation. And that's this. And by the way, this is something that I drew with DALL-E 3 today, using the words of Khalil Gibran. In particular, I think it was, let your best be for your friend. I think that's what it was here. Let your best be for your friend. And this was it, these hands. Like a few minutes. You know, DALL-E does the drawing, but it gives you a lot of options, and then you can kind of choose what you like and maybe tune it a little bit, change it a little bit, you know. But it's so easy to create beautiful, original things like this. Like, I think this is probably one of a kind here. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to do it together right now. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. So part 2, let's create a style. So I showed you my style. So this is my style. My style, part of my secret is all of the visual instructions I give. So what I did was I took this quote, let your best be for your friend. And then I whispered a whole lot of other things. And then it came out looking like that, right? Because I could have made an oil painting, right? I could have made a photograph, whatever. But this is my style. It's like an illustration, but it's also kind of like a timeless kind of, yeah. So let's create our own style. We're going to create a style together. And when we create this art, this is going to be our art all together, right? I think Khalil Gibran would be proud of us for doing this. You know? NFTs, right? Possibly, yeah. Although that brings us right back to the auction problem, right? Like, you know what I mean? What's that? The top bidder, the actual person that's buying it, that's the person that pays. Yes, but I feel like also NFTs have lost trust, right? So much scams, and it's too much fakeness. Too much fakeness. I had so many offers from NFTs. First you have to research everything, and every person, they create their own names, and it's too much. Wow. I prefer this plotter I painted.
Don't worry about those other things.
I loved like looking at all of your splatter paint on Instagram today too. I feel your energy. Yes, I feel the freedom. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm interrupting.
Not at all. Thank you. You've just blessed us with the invocation for part 2. Lenka, it's our pleasure. Okay, so I thought I would at least set the tone by setting the subject for 3 drawings, and we can draw these in our own style. So that's my contribution is basically we're going to draw a bunny rabbit because they're cute, happy,
Easter's coming.
and Easter's coming. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I feel like also Brits love rabbits more than like Americans, for example, right? Like I think British people understand why rabbits are such great pets. I actually had an Uber driver who had pet rabbits, and he talked to me about his pet rabbits, and I showed him pictures of my previous pet rabbits. I had a really, you want to see that? I had a really cute bunny. Oh my gosh. No, medium, I would say maybe. Let me show you this. So his name was Shasta, like the mountain. Are any of you familiar with Mount Shasta? Mount Shasta is in California, and it's one of the largest mountains around. And yeah, so this was Shasta. And Mount Shasta is a white snow covered mountain. So that's what they. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. Look at that. So when I worked at Apple and built the system I was mentioning, he was living with me there. So that was the kind of time period. And then when he was about 8 years old or 9 years old, he got cancer, unfortunately. So he also had the best life ever. He had a very beautiful also girlfriend. That is his girlfriend. As you can tell, she's very beautiful and very. They're fluffy bunnies in a fluffy blanket. Yeah. Nice black and white bunnies. Okay, so we'll draw a happy bunny rabbit. What's that?
Create black and white baby.
Actually, well, Shasta was spayed while he was in the shelter. I actually adopted him from the animal shelter. He was picked up from the street when he was very young, and then he was brought to he's in a cage kind of, with the city. And then I met him there, and he like jumped in my arms. He like jumped, and he started kissing me on the face. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. You know when you know someone's soul, right? You know what I mean? And then okay, so I just love that happy bunny. It kind of looks like my bunny too. I miss my bunny. Okay, and then we'll draw a nice beach. It doesn't have to be tropical. It could be any other kind of beach we want to draw, but we'll draw a beach, and then we'll draw a city life, right? So city life, like the vibrancy of the city. So city life. And we can even start with this. So I'm going to show you a really cool way to use DALL-E, which is essentially keep it simple. So let's get a fresh one. Okay, so we're going to draw a happy bunny. Okay, that's just going to be the topic. And now I want us to make a style together. So Aaliyah, I'm going to nominate you first. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, cool. What is the style that you like? A style could be like photography. It could be painting. It could be watercolor. It could be illustration. It could be 3-dimensional objects. Like, what is a visual rendering style? A painting style? Colorful. Okay. Vibrant colors. Okay, let's put in some vibrant colors. Joe, can I get a modifier? So a modifier could be like simple or nuanced or fluid or essence or some kind of a modifier. So we're going to have vibrant colors. And now I want you to set like a theme. Should it be classical? Should it be modern? Should it be science fiction? Like set a theme for me. What's the first word that comes to your mind? Flight. Okay. So let's say like lightness. I don't know if bunnies don't usually fly, but
maybe
jumping. Oh, okay, awesome. So let's go to a happy bunny jumping. Perfect. Okay, jumping. maybe in a garden? Where's the bunny? So
The field.
in a field. Okay, no, that's in a field. Okay, vibrant colors. And how about the complexity? Should it be really detailed, or should it be simple, or should it be medium? Like, what do you think in terms of the simplicity level? Detailed? Okay, detailed. And now, Aziz, you're up. Add another word. Change the picture in some way. What do you think would add to a happy bunny jumping in a field with vibrant colors and lots of details? What is it? Fine. Fine lines of the details of the drawing. Okay. Fine lines and details. Okay. Rennie, want to add something to the mix? Yeah, we're building it up, but we're each going to add like one word, and then it's going to come out. Too many details? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think. What's that? Yeah. Now, Rennie, how about the time of day? Like, is it the morning or is it the evening? Lunchtime, yeah.
Evening sunset.
Evening sunset, perfect. Yeah, let's see what ChatGPT and DALL-E 3 do with this. Okay, Abil, your turn. Let's see. So it's the sunset, and tell me about the sky. Blue sky. Okay, so and then in a sunset, so sun setting in a blue sky. Okay, and Helenka, please add the finishing magic. We've got it all. Okay, describe a plant. What is a plant? One plant in this garden. Are there trees? Are there herbs? Flowers? Flowers? Yeah. Okay, flower garden. Let's see what happens. And you know what? We can keep going. You know, this is like I call it like an ascent. So we're going to start with something, and then we're going to see what DALL-E 3 did well. We're going to see what it didn't do well. And then we're going to, yeah, a little bit. Like, do we need to add a little something, take away a little something, add more green, add more red, you know, something like that. We can do that verbally. Oh, okay. So who likes, I think there's an error in this one. The tail is on the wrong side, but this one is amazing, right? Look at what we made. Look at what we made. Amazing. We just did this together. Wow. And all of us put in one element, and look at that. Like, this is art. I would never be able to make this by myself, because it's just all of our ideas together. You know, it's like they say 2 heads are better than one. Look at, we're a whole family of minds who just drew this amazingly happy bunny frolicking in a field on the sunset. I love this. Awesome. Okay. I feel like this is a success. Does anyone feel like they want to change anything here? Yeah?
Possibly maybe add more expression.
Okay. Okay. Butterflies. Okay. This is cool. So 2 happy bunnies. 2 happy bunnies jumping, frolicking. Maybe they're frolicking or hopping. Hopping. They hop. Bunnies hop. Okay. Hopping in a field, and butterflies. And what was
So I said expression. So if the bunny had more expression.
okay.
The first one is more.
Yeah. 2 happy smiling bunnies. Let's do that. Okay. With butterflies. Yeah. Wow. We're really taking it up a notch here, right? Okay. Oh.
Is it always gonna be in the first image that it created? Or it's gonna choose between the 2, or it's gonna do both of it guys with a new one?
So right now it will do 2 new ones. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Oh, it is so gorgeous, right? Wow.
So good, yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
One isn't bad either. I mean, if you look at, yeah.
Yeah. Except, what the one thing I don't like about the second one is that their eyes are going these ways, but
Yeah.
these ones look like they're talking to you.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Oh my God, that's so cute. So cute. Oh my God, Neha, look at that. And so we added more smiles. We added a boyfriend and a girlfriend bunny, and we added butterflies. Amazing. Amazing. Um, for another time. Yeah. Well, I do have one I can share with you here. So, let's see. I made one the other day with Dolly, and let's see, where's my happy bunny experiment? Okay, everyone, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna preface this. You're gonna see my secret formulas. Please don't steal or please do steal my secret formulas. Steal it like an artist, right? They say steal like an artist. So if you're gonna steal my formulas, just go ahead and steal them. Inspiration, right? That steal like an artist.
Borrowing.
You can't steal, borrow, you are inside.
Oh, I don't actually, I think I deleted that. I had a conversation called Bunnies where anyways,
Don't steal, you just borrow, not even borrow.
right. Actually, okay, I will do what you said. So let's do a happy fluffy black lion head bunny rabbit. Okay, so this happy fluffy black lion head bunny rabbit, that was the girl bunny that I showed you. She's a happy fluffy black lion head. They have a fluffy mane. That's why they're called lions. And now, okay, so shall we do one more? So this is gonna be a happy fluffy black bunny with a big fluff of hair around here, like a big fluff. Okay, so where should this bunny be? In a garden, okay. Lush green plants. Okay, Abil, something to add? Okay. What if we do maybe birds? Birds in the sky? Butterflies are nice too, right? Butterflies. Let's do butterflies again. Okay, I like that. Yeah. Butterflies and birds. Okay, cool. Aaliyah? Yeah, for sure. What's that? A pink ribbon? Okay. What if wearing a pink ribbon?
Quite striking, I guess I like.
Yeah. And Aaliyah, tell me something about the visual style. So you can see here we had this kind of fine line details. Look, it looks like a fine line etching, right? And Aziz did that. So I'm gonna prompt you. Give me a visual style. Okay, perfect. Yes, oil painting style. Okay. Neha, you're up.
In terms of,
Add something.
not gonna lie, I can't think of anything.
No problem.
Any prompts?
Any prompts? Let's see. I can't think of a prompt. Okay, butterflies or oil painting style. Give me a lighting.
I was gonna say,
Wait.
could it be set in the 90s or something? Or set
Sure.
in space?
Yes.
Maybe like
Maybe dusk.
after sunset, yeah, dusk.
Dusk lighting. Okay. And I like space. So stars in the sky.
Or set in space or something?
Maybe we can make a sci-fi bunny or
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, cool. Let's do that maybe next. Or the next one was going to be the beach. So okay, well we'll get there one step at a time. Okay, stars in the sky. And anything else? Rennie?
We've got it.
We've got it?
Yeah, there's a lot of detail.
Okay. And I'll say just like fullness and feeling happy. I don't know why I just gonna put that. Okay. Random. Just fullness. Rennie, when you said that, my first thought was there's a sense of fullness, right? Okay. To be honest, I'm astonished by what we've made already. Wow. Wow. You know what we're seeing here? Party people, my friends, my family, we're seeing when we put our minds together, we're creating things that are blowing our minds, right? Like they're just more than I could never draw this. Like I wouldn't have thought of this, right?
Yeah.
It's only all of our minds putting the sparkle on it. Okay, let's save that. And by the way, I'm going to be saving these and figuring out a good place to publish them online. I may make a website or maybe an Instagram feed or something, and they'll be social, and I'll share it with all of you. Okay, cool. All right. I feel like we made some unbelievably adorable bunny rabbits, and I'm totally blown away. How's everyone feeling about this? It's really good, right? Okay, awesome. Okay, the next one is a beach. Shall we do the beach? Okay, so we're gonna do so we're gonna start with the word beach. That's just the starting word. Neha, what kind of beach is this?
Let's say a stone beach, like it's got stones mainly as the.
With rocks and stones. Okay, so there's stones and rocks on this beach. Okay, we're gonna go around and add little parts, all of us. Okay, Joe, tell me more about this beach.
It's got a lot of white surf.
Surf?
Yeah, coming through the stones. So when the waves break.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of froth, you know.
Frothy waves. Okay, amazing. Is it getting cold in here? Yeah. I know, you're bundling up. I'm sweating here. Yeah. All right. Well, if you like to move, I think we can also find another chair for you. Let me know. Cool. You look very cozy. Okay, Helenka, take us to the beach. What's next? What? Crystalline water. Wow, I love that. Wow, Abil, that's amazing. Can you see what he just added? Do you know what? I mean, can you feel what's coming? Crystalline, like the water is crystalline blue. Is it blue or like blue water? Okay. Maybe we'll start with just the empty beach, and maybe we can put people in the city or something like that. Okay, cool. All right, Aaliyah, tell me more about the beach. What kind of boats?
Like those little sailing ones, the small ones.
Awesome. Okay. Randy, you're up. Tell me more. Okay. Well, we can try that. Sure. Okay. Well,
So nighttime with a moon, maybe.
with a moon, maybe nighttime. Yeah. I was just trying to reconcile. How are we going to see the crystalline water, right? Nighttime, a moon.
Let's see what it does.
And stars. Yeah. This is we're going into a new space. Aziz, you're
Coming out at night.
okay. We'll just put seagulls and crabs. Okay, seagulls and crabs. All right, one more.
Maybe they're like
Oh yeah. Palm trees, and okay, and palm trees. Okay, let's see what happens. Wow, this is like a whole bunch of elements all put together. You know what's interesting? I found it like talking in this way right now together is that as we get closer to the end, the pressure is building. Have you noticed? It's like, oh my God, the complexity, right? It starts just a word. You're like, okay, just a word, a beach. Okay. And it's like, and a palm tree and a crab and a nighttime and wow, look at that. Amazing. I mean, it did it, right? Look at this.
That's amazing. That is
Wow.
amazing.
Do you love it? Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah. Even at night. What a trip. It's a total fantasy, right? But it's also real. Here are the images of the beach scene at night, capturing surf crashing on rocks and crabs. Okay, cool. Palm trees. What an amazing thing. Wow. Okay, let's do one more. So we'll start again with the word beach. So we'll start with the word beach. All right, and we'll just go right around. We'll each add one thing. Okay, Joe, you're up.
Beach, big waves.
Big waves. Yeah. Take us to the Mavericks, the surfing beach, the big ones. Yeah.
Thinking of that.
Like Hawaiian setting. Let's see, Hawaiian. Is that right? No. How do I spell Hawaiian? Oh gosh.
Double I.
Ah,
Yeah.
double
Double I.
Hawaiian setting. Wait, there's actually an A.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay, cool. All right.
Actually, with that, it's just the one eye.
It's looking good. Okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Honestly, I would have never thought of footprints in this. That's just like,
It's something I really like to see. Especially the little kids one.
that's beautiful. Okay, Neha, we started without you here. Apologies. So we've got big waves and tropical Hawaiian beach here with footprints in the sand.
Wow. Maybe some seaweed on the floor.
Okay, okay.
It's not obviously pretty, but it's an image.
Okay, so seaweed, and then like, where is the seaweed?
I would say like stuck under the rocks and between the sand.
On the rocks and sand. Okay, cool. Aziz, you're up. Okay. Ah, a relaxing bench on the sand with a red umbrella. Yeah,
Can we say like a sea creature maybe? Looking out.
yeah. Of the red umbrella?
No, there's
Okay. A beach, footprints in the sand, seaweeds on the rocks. A creature? What kind of creature?
something like a big fish or something in
Ah.
the what's that?
What if a fish are jumping? Okay. I like it. We added some creatures, right? On the third day of creation, they have made creatures, right? Okay, cool. Randy? Islands in the background. Amazing. Wow, the pressure is mounting, isn't it? You can feel it. Okay, Aaliyah, you're up. Uh-huh. And did you say, what is it in the detail?
Detail, they're like detailed sandcastles, not just
Ah,
the little small ones that they make before.
amazing. And detailed sandcastles. Okay, Avil, clouds in the sky. What kind of clouds? What's that? Medium? And are they tall? Are they like round? Like, do they just cloud shape? Puffy or fluffy? Fluffy? Okay. Puffy, fluffy clouds. I like fluffy clouds. Fluffy clouds in the sky. Okay. Take us home. Sure. Yeah, please set the tone for the sunshine. And describe to me talking. Is it like the when you see the golden rays? What's that? Emanating.
With grace.
Yes, it's not too long.
Emanating through the fluffy clouds with grace. Is that right? And
Yeah.
what else did you say? Okay. Okay. Whoa, this one's gonna be wild. What's gonna happen here? We're having fish jumping and red umbrellas. Whoa. Wow. I think this one is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. Okay. It tried to put a lot in there, and the fish are kind of, they're not exactly jumping in the water. I mean, the fish are a little misplaced, but I think that's fine. And the fish here are sort of flying. You know what I also love though, it got your sun, the gentleness of the sun in the puffy clouds, right?
Yeah.
Wow, and look at how it really nailed your red umbrella, Aziz. Amazing, amazing. Okay, I think this one is a winner. Is everyone feeling the same? Okay, awesome. And let's give OpenAI, let's give Sam Altman a thumbs up.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so that's two, and then let's move on to number 3. Everyone ready to draw a city? Okay, we're gonna call this city life. The word city life came to me, you know? So let's design a city, and let's go this way now so that it's simpler starting with you. Helinka. People walking with briefcases in a hurry. Okay, the bustle. Touristy cars. Okay, awesome. Tell me more. Oh, futuristic. Awesome. Okay. Aaliyah, you're up. Okay. Rennie. What's the first thing that came to your mind about a city? Just
Yeah, think of like cities from a distance, like
Uh-huh.
architecture, so like skylines.
Uh-huh.
Close up, so it's really well.
well, let's say architecture on the skyline. How's that?
Yeah.
Maybe? What does that mean? What does it mean to have architecture on the skyline? It's like when you see the city. Yeah. Architecture is, thank you. Lovely contribution. Next. What is it? Holograms. Whoa. Okay. We're creating a really futuristic city here. Okay. On to you. Yes, please. Add to our city. Make it beautiful. Huh. So people talking. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. People talking, shopping, and walking. Okay. Awesome. Joe?
Trains kind of like above ground,
Elevated
winding
trains.
through the building.
Whoa. We're pushing the AI to its limits here, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
And then one more. We need a time of day. Aaliyah, give us a time of day.
Like early on the maybe early morning where people are talking. Let's say late afternoon.
Late afternoon. Okay. Late afternoon. Helinka, you have any ideas like what the sky looks like? Like in the late afternoon? Okay, just before sunset? Golden hour. Yes. Golden hour. Okay, thank you. All right, anyone want to add anything else? We're getting pretty full here. This thing is pregnant, right? All right, Dolly, birth this thing for us. Oh, this is wild.
The description.
Yeah. And you know, my brain feels super full just reading what we all put together. Like I would have never really come to that myself. Wow, look at this. Whoa. Amazing. You know, does anyone, so my personal feeling is the second is the best. Does anyone feel like the first is the best or the second is kind of like,
Second for me.
Second. Okay, awesome. All right, we're gonna publish this. All right, and now let's do that one more time. So let's make a totally different kind of city. We'll go this way.
City is much more like historic, so you don't have the skyscrapers.
Uh-huh.
It's more traditional buildings, as in like in Washington DC, you know, those historic Roman type buildings.
Okay, awesome. That is great. So we've just set the time, you know, we set the time and the place. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Tourists walking. So how do you see them walking? Like, so let's say holding brochures and sightseeing, maybe sightseeing, like brochures and maps, you said, right? Okay, we're gonna take that out. So holding brochures and maps. Okay, Aziz.
A very deep sculptural model of Hermes.
Of what?
Hermes.
Hermes.
Yeah, Hermes.
A sculpture of Hermes.
In
Okay.
You got this thing for rent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we've just gotten a sculpture of Hermes. Okay. Sculpture of Hermes. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll pass right now. Thank you. Rennie. Ah, nice. Okay. Oh yeah.
The last one, it was really warm and cold, then cold, that's, you know, warm.
Right. Cool tones. Should we say?
Maybe it's raining.
Okay. Raining. Yeah. Cool color tones.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely Dolly is going to be very responsive to that. So that really just changed all the colors, right? Okay. Abil, thank you. Yeah. What is it? A ca- Edinburgh Castle. Will it be able to do that? In the back, in the distance, in the background, okay. Okay. Helenka. Okay. Well, let's see. So we have,
You know, the historical building.
yeah.
Should it be buildings?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. City life, historical city, historical buildings, tourists walking around, it's raining, there's a castle. What is the time of day, Helenka? Should we try morning time? Okay, morning light. Morning time. Let's call it morning time. I don't want to mess with the lighting. Okay. Okay. What it
It's just gonna gloomy.
or maybe like really romantic Edinburgh with like, you know, from the 1800s or something, you know? Wow. Holy moly.
That is just incredible.
Okay, who's feeling which numbers? Both?
Yeah,
They're
both
they're
good.
both amazing, right?
Them individually, like ones make them.
Yeah, so we can.
It's like Italian.
Mhm.
But it also clearly has Edinburgh elements, like there's this and there's that, right? Oh, sorry. And then there's also this one. I love how, you know,
like this.
Aziz, your Hermes just came out as the centerpiece of this whole thing.
I'll put that one.
I'm feeling this one myself
Yeah.
personally. Do we have any other votes? Does anyone strongly feel number one, or should we nominate number two or this one? Okay, cool. Well, my friends, this is beautiful. Look what we've done. We've created we created cities, beaches, and bunnies that none of us have ever seen before by putting all of our minds together into DALL-E 3 through ChatGPT. Awesome. Okay, so this was part two. Thank you, thank you. And let me go back and I'm going to say okay, that's the interactive workshop. This is my like default style, very simple. I'm so blown away by what we came up with. And you know what was amazing? Every time we created something of this together, it's like we all got a little tense towards the end. And then there was right? Like, whoa, you know, that's serendipity. That's magic. Okay, that was part two. Should we take a short break?
Yeah.
Everyone good? Okay, I might actually eat something and drink a little bit. Cool.
Brilliant.
That
is brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
cool. And then that will be part three. Who is Cynthia?
Who is the dog?
Upstairs. Behind you.
Where's the bin?
I can take that for you. We have a, I don't to attach it, it's to do this, right? Or to someone need just in case of. I'm not contagious.
So while we're in this intermission, I wanted to provide you some intermission entertainment.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about why pictures are so important. Yeah. So there's something really interesting about the human brain that I've been reading about that I wanted to share with you. You know how they say seeing is believing, right? Seeing is believing. And you know, if I just tell you something exists, it's not as impressive if I show you it exists, right? Somehow when you see something, it's better than when you say something, right? The reason for that is because I think my personal feeling is because it has to do with the way the brain is structured, and in particular, how the blood is in the brain. And let me show you what I mean. So here in the Journal of Physiological Sciences, they have conducted an fMRI study where they actually looked at people's brains through an fMRI machine, which can show you kind of everything going on and in different circumstances. So sitting still, doing some activities, whatever. And what they found was, I'm going to just take you to the hot visual here, is that actually it's, you know, the oxygen extraction fraction. So OEF is called oxygen extraction fraction. It means how much oxygen is being taken from the blood for, you know, creating heat, right? For feeding the cells. This part here is the vision. So in your vision is where you use the most oxygen in your brain. The most computation seems to be happening, or the most hunger is happening here, right? Not here, but here, right? I think that's really fascinating.
Scientifically, it's that occipital that
The
actually feeds the
Yes,
whole brain. Yeah.
yes. And so somehow when we only receive it here, it's not as impressive as when we receive it here, right? And all of these show highlighted, you know, heated activity towards the vision region. So this is my understanding of why when you see something, it's so important. Like our brains have developed so that seeing is very, very strong, right? It's very strong proof. And like you said, it then feeds everything else, right? Cool. So this is my theory about the oxygen being used. So it burns hotter in your occipital region. You know, which is why I think it's like you say all these words, and everyone's like, what's going to happen? Oh my God, it's so good, bunnies. It's so cute. Oh my God. Right. Cool. All right. So that's my intermission insight into what I think insight. It's in
It's visual as well as
yeah, you know, there's something to this, right? there's, visuals are powerful, right? The same thing said with words, if it's said with visuals, can be 100 times stronger, right? In terms of the impact on the audience, right? And what I love is like, don't tell me, show me. You know what I mean?
A lot of people say seeing is believing as well.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah.
I think that's where the phrase comes from. I think seeing is believing. And you know what else? What they also said in the Bible, right, is that I think Jesus said, and also people are blessed who believe, but they have not seen, but yet have not seen.
That is about faith, isn't it?
Yes.
Faith in what God, your relationship with God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the idea that that's to be blessed is interesting, because also that could be described as like a form of hallucination or madness, right? But rather phrasing it as being blessed, like that's so generous and it's so kind, right? That those amongst us with the most vivid, wild imaginations are truly blessed, They believe in things that they don't see.
Yeah.
What a blessing, So Beal, we were talking a little bit about the, never mind, I won't bother. Hey. Yeah. We were looking at the anatomy of the brain. And so, I pulled up this study which shows that the visual region, like here in the back here, where you process your visual information, is the hottest. And it's the one that's using the most energy. It's the one that's using the most oxygen. It has the highest rate of using oxygen in your brain. So like literally the back of our head is like a GPU, right? Back here, right? We've got a an NVIDIA card sitting right back there. And literally it's hot, right? This is hot. So this study, and this has been repeated a few times with fMRIs, this is about the oxygen extraction fraction is not uniform in the human brain. So more oxygen is used for seeing than for talking. Interesting, right? Cool. Hey, all right.
My soul friend.
Sorry, I would have said that.
Like the energy of this is like, it gives me that feeling of like, I just drank coffee and I'm so running, I can't stop, you know what I mean?
Like the drink.
What's that? Yeah, I'm gonna grab actually another. Or actually,
He worked with.
Well, we met on the break. I was just gonna say that, when we took off from San Francisco,
yeah,
the aircraft actually went through a long time.
yes.
And I was just thinking, what is it gonna break through the clouds? We're lost. It never seems like it's lost.
Yeah.
Through the clouds for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Before we actually saw the blue of the sky, yeah. Yeah, it took a long time.
Almost got it.
Sorry.
But it wasn't heavy. It was very blue.
We are not playing tennis. Not looking good.
No.
Just eat.
That's really funny. You're on.
They don't have one.
Mm-mm. You're gonna have to take me to your usual table.
So
Tell me.
David and I said to David, let's go to a place where I can empty my suitcase.
Find my kids.
And look at my keys. It was in my hat to carry on all this time,
Yeah.
I didn't actually, and then I looked deeply enough. Yeah. Stealing. How about that?
Awesome.
Oh, that was something else.
That was something else. The first moment I met Joe, I remember the first moment I met you, which was you were getting up to go to the bathroom and I was kind of in the way of the aisle and I said, oh, excuse me. And then you kind of pinched me. You're like, hey, thanks, buddy. Yeah, he was like, thanks. And you gave me a little pinch. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I felt like you were my friend already. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You couldn't, could you? Thank you.
All right. So is everyone ready for part 3? Let's dive in. Aaliyah, will you be joining us for part 3? Okay. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Yes. I love everything we made together. It was also mind blowing. Okay, sounds good. Aaliyah, do you live here in Buckle or do you stay here? Okay, cool. Are you in touch with somebody where I can share with you our material if you'd like? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, perfect. Have a lovely evening. All right, so this is my startup. I recently reincorporated this in the company's house with a different name. It's 3 years old. It used to be called Cynthia.io, which was the name of the first website, and now it's Cynthia Systems because now there are multiple systems in this family of AI systems. And I'm going to show you Cynthia. And Abiel, I think you're going to be really interested in this because this does something that you may not have seen before and has a lot of implications and it could make a big impact. Thankfully, I have a registered office on the 2nd floor of the college house in Ruislip. I like saying that. And by the way, let me show you my website. So here's cynthiasystems.com and the co.uk also redirects here, but I think maybe in the future, the co.uk could also be something original. Who knows? Why sometimes okay. There's a video loading here right now, but I think the internet is a little slow. I need to make this like so that it loads faster because that looks a little weird when you have a slow internet to load a big heavy video. Good night. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Okay, lovely meeting you.
So while that loads, I'll show you that, there's the whole like trusted by, but these are actually like where I worked and what I did, except coding theory. That's one of my partners. But I worked at Google in the cloud. I went to MIT. Cynthia is running on Microsoft Azure. So this whole site right now is a custom site on Microsoft Azure running in Docker containers built by me. And we have a Shopify application. So, and finally our video loaded. So here's the video. This is yeah, you know what I love about this? So let me tell you what I think. Does anyone want to interpret this before I interpret this? Kalinka, like, give us your artistic visions.
Standing on the edge of the earth, watching the beauty as you're moving through the universe.
Moving through the universe, yeah.
Yes, does it also represent the earth revolving?
I like that too. The idea of
Yeah.
revolving, the revolving cycles.
Constellation doesn't stay in one place. It moves along.
Like a natural space that is not it's untouched.
Yeah. I love that. Yes, some kind of sacred place that never seen by a human being before. So cool. Cool. Well, any thoughts on this video? You want to share your thoughts on like why I chose to put this here? What am I saying? Yes, there is definitely exploration. So, Rennie? Okay, well, yes. Okay, let me share with you my thought about this. And so this is my personal kind of deep feeling about this idea. The lake itself, imagine this lake, in data science, we say reservoir sampling. Data is considered to be like water. We have a reservoir of data. That's what they call it actually, right? So this is like the data. And it's a reflection of the universe. As we turn through it, right? In a sacred place that no one has been before, right? Moving through infinity. Absolutely. All these beautiful things that you all just said. And you were beyond words, which I think is actually like the final key in this is the sense of ineffability, something you can't quite describe, right?
Like a mix of icons, but in a natural way.
Yes. Yes. And I also love the idea that our Earth is a reflection of the universe. We are like a reflection of the universe. Each person is like a whole universe, right? And then we look at the universe and then like, we're like the universe, but we're like looking at the universe like, so cool. I'm like the universe understanding itself. What? Okay. So, the whole idea is to make AI super simple, very clean, very intuitive, very natural, relatable. And I have some like business speak and, I've got my cool streamlined AI powered execution, my electric car, right? This like super high horsepower Tesla from the year 2300 or something, driving into our skyline city, Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. No Elon here, right? Just kidding. Yeah, but like a hydrogen car, yeah, something like that. Renault just came out with a statement today, right, about China and electric cars, right?
Well, the electric cars are not very good for the environment.
Right.
They need to come up with something that is more sustainable.
Yeah.
We already have in London the buses that run. You check it out. Yes, you can. But maybe now, probably years now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The value of what?
Value of oxygen.
Ah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but apparently the aviation SAF, what is it called? Sustainable aviation fuel.
Huh.
Apparently that's not even good because it's still kind of like we have emissions from that as well.
Well, maybe.
Even though that's the way forward.
Interesting. Well, I wonder if those will be on hydrogen too at some point. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Whoa. Huh. Okay. Well, then we'll have a blue sky. You know what was really interesting during the pandemic, right? When everyone was locked down, did you ever see pictures of LA without smog?
Well, yes.
Yeah. It was the first time I think I've ever seen in my life LA with a clear sky, right? And I was raised there.
Yeah.
Even here. Okay. So, then it's like, what are we doing? We're navigating the AI. So this is a lot of business stuff and, sort of graphics, make my site look full. Are you captivated? Experience the difference, get a free trial. And this a limitless horizon, there's a subscription rate for businesses. Okay. And then there's some feedback. So this is Tony Krantz. Tony Krantz is the producer of Mulholland Drive, the David Lynch movie, and also the TV show 24 with Kiefer Sutherland. He's one of the people who helped contribute to the design of this system. A little bit far in, like maybe 2 years into Cynthia, he came into the mix and asked me to create an AI to analyze movie data. So in particular, like the networks of people, because what he wants to do is he wants to create a system that allows for more democratized hiring in Hollywood. So, Hollywood is this business based on who you know and favors of who you know. But what if we can open it up and make it more of a democratic process powered by AI and technology?
And control and power.
Then control and power with us, or maybe he wants to take it or give it to his friends. I don't know. But anyways, gotta tell you, these guys love power. Right? Yeah. And Hollywood producers love power and money, right? Oh yeah. And then I have this blog. So this is my blog, and this is all original artwork that I made with Midjourney. So, and each one is supposed to represent like the blog post. So this is, for example, Meet Cynthia. So I don't know, I chose this as like the first visual expression would be a very small, simple, cute, tender robot whose only job it is to take care of the plants. Like a small gardener robot, right? What a benevolent figure, right? If this could be the basis of ethical AI, I'd like it to be benevolent gardener robots, right? You know what I mean? I'm just here to take care of the plants. And so this is what I claim is the future of universal AI runtime. So Cynthia is a Docker container that supports pretty much every AI algorithm that you could possibly imagine. Even like things like, ChatGPT algorithms or, stock market predictions, all of it is supported because at the core, the technology is the same, which is kind of deep learning neural network estimators, right? Things that make predictions based on historical data. And then Cynthia here is kind of growing, right? Getting older. Now it's sort of a toddler robot, now it has like an iPad, so it has measurements of the plants, right? It's getting more technologically sophisticated, and the goal of this is to create a green, connected, compassionate world. Right. And to do so equitably, that really is diverse and represents everybody and you know, one human family living together in a sense of a village, right? Okay. There's a lot of blog posts here. I'll definitely recommend that you read them at your leisure if you like. I want to go back to the presentation, and then I'll give a quick demo. So back to the presentation. So who is Cynthia and what is her reason for being? So by the way, Cynthia, we've debated, I've worked with a lot of people on Cynthia over time. Cynthia's mine, this is my possession, but a lot of people's voices are inside. You know, Tony Krantz, the producer of Mulholland Drive in 24, his ideas are inside also. Pretty much everyone at Edenloch, everyone in Edinburgh is inside this, right? All the conversations I had over a year of living on George Street are in this system. So you know, just like tonight, everyone that I meet ends up contributing something small, and then the system becomes more, you know, all of us together. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. So first of all, Cynthia is like, of course it's a name, right? So this is like a named AI like Alexa or Siri. I've worked on both systems. So for me, an AI always needs a name that you would love. And the idea of being an artificial intelligence is like the idea of being synthetic, not organic. You know, we are organic, all of us, right? But an artificial intelligence is like synthetic, made in a laboratory, made of, you know, wires and electricity, right? So if it's synthetic, so synth, right? Now IA is the opposite of AI, but IA actually means something. So let me show you what that is. Okay, so you've drilled right into the core of the matter. All right. So an IA is an intelligent agent. And an intelligent agent, an IA. So Cynthia is a synthetic intelligent agent. Yes. And that agent can be like a call center agent. It could be like a real estate agent. It could be like a Hollywood agent. It could be anyone who's your agent acting on your behalf. You know what I mean? So that's the idea of an agent. And it's, of course, intelligent. So it's an agent that acts in an intelligent manner, perceives the environment, takes actions autonomously. So Cynthia is living in the Azure cloud right now and living autonomously there. What's that? So actually I work for Cynthia. Yeah. And the reason is because I'm her tutor. I'm the reading tutor. So I teach Cynthia how to read, but she's like 100 times smarter than me. So, you know, you'll see in a minute. So this is the design of an intelligent agent, right? So it's an agent that has some sensors, understands what needs to be done, and then gives back to the environment, and the environment gives some feedback. And this is one of the models of the singularity. So like the singularity should be some kind of intelligent agent. And then there's a whole bunch of philosophy here. There's like, what is a rational agent? Like, what does it mean to be rational versus intelligent? Stuff like that. Yeah, okay, so that's an IA. So
in terms of how they try to make the AI swear and how to try to make it have a negative aspect.
right.
There were tests for that.
Oh, interesting. Oh, like maliciousness or evil wrongdoing in AI. Well, you're going to see that Cynthia is guaranteed to be safe, and I'll show you the safety guarantees. Okay, cool. So who is Cynthia and what is her reason for being? So by the way, I've talked with a lot of people about this, and it seems that the consensus is we should not use the pronoun she. We should use Cynthia and her. But she doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know why, but a lot of people have said this to me, and I kind of feel it too. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about this. What are her pronouns? Like, what are Cynthia's pronouns? Should it be she, her, hers? Like, so what I do personally is anytime I would say she, I say Cynthia. And anytime I would say her, I say her. So it's just a her. That's all it is. Kind of like the movie.
What's the reason? I mean, why would the pronoun kind of like negatively affect the image?
So I don't know, but a lot of people have exhibited a negative reaction to the word she.
We considered
Huh.
when
Yeah.
you use them called be.
Oh, she is.
Her
Yeah.
wouldn't say she.
Huh.
But I mean, the grammatic, you won't even say she royal highness, because I mean, that's not right. Yeah. and
Patriarch, you
Yeah.
always It's like a higher level of respect,
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think.
Yes. So Cynthia is either the name Cynthia or it's her capabilities.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know why. This is something that's come up time and time again. And I'm on that page now where it's Cynthia, her. Those are her pronouns. She only has one pronoun, which is her, or you can use her name.
Someone must have created it. How does she know that she comes
For some reason, this has been in conversations that I've been in about Cynthia from the beginning. Like many business people have said, no, I don't like it when you call her she. Like I've gotten feedback from people, but they like her. You know, it's all about the audience.
So
Like,
it's-
how do you
it's about
feel?
We transferring our feelings on Cynthia and how she should be feeling.
Well, it's a symbiosis in a sense, right?
Mm.
I'm okay. You know, feel free to call her she. I'm just telling you like what I've learned and why you don't see she here is because I've learned that people like the word Cynthia and the word her. They always like that's universal. I'm going for universal acceptance, right? No divisions, no conflicts. So Cynthia is a 20-year development journey. So I've been working on machine learning for about 20 years total. I started in Los Angeles around 2004. So it's been about 20 years now. And, you know, it really started with teaching vector calculus and linear algebra in college. And then I worked for everyone I worked for. And yeah, I've been doing machine learning and analytical kind of computer science ever since. So the part 2 is a technical deep dive, but I think we'll kind of skip that. I'll just tell you that Cynthia runs on Java, Python, PyTorch, and TensorFlow. Cynthia started with TensorFlow, and right now we're moving into PyTorch because it just seems like a lot better platform, but it has some downsides. Java is very, very high performance, so the cost of the hardware is lower. You can do more with less with Java, but Python is a lot more friendly to use. So, and has a lot more support in the AI ecosystem. So it's a little bit more expensive to run, like the cost of ownership for Python than Java. So as a business person, I prefer Java, but as a data scientist, I prefer Python. And cognitive benchmarks. So just like we made pretty pictures before, we're going to do some searches. Yeah, and Aziz has seen this too. So Aziz, by the way, is one of the first people to truly break Cynthia with a query, but it's a really insightful way, and I'll show you the reason why. So here's Tony Krantz, and no, this is really, it teaches you what is happening. So Aziz really, he shined a light on the core challenge. So as I said with Tony Krantz, I made this in part for the film business. So I'm from Los Angeles. I know a lot about the film business, and you know, I'd like to bring ethical AI to the film business because otherwise it's going to be Hollywood producer AI, which will probably be pretty exploitative. You know what I mean? So Tony Krantz, this is his quote. He said, "We have the largest professional database in filmed entertainment with 2.3 million people in it. And Cynthia is our AI brain to slice, dice, and innovate the data in extraordinary ways." So what I did was I enabled Tony to search through Hollywood in a new way that he hasn't been able to before. So give me a screenwriter who likes sci-fi, but no drama, right? Give me a costume designer who can do Victorian love scenes and has not worked with this producer before, right? Give me someone within 3 layers of connections of the social network of this person who, you know, something like that. Yes, and some machine learning. So basically these 2.3 million entries came from a database, came from Nielsen, you know, Nielsen, the rating company. They have a database of 2.3 million people. And I imported that database, and there's a graph between those people. Who is, yeah, well, the credits. So the movie credits show who worked on that movie. So if you want to make a social network of Hollywood, just look who worked with each other. You know what I mean? That's part of it. Yes, exactly. I still have that data, by the way. Yeah, a lot of stuff. This is Jim Pavlak. And by the way, you can tell I AI-ified all of them. So I started with a picture of him, and then I put it in Midjourney, and then I said, make him look like this, but this looks pretty much like him.
We call them filters.
That's funny. That's cool. So he has a really interesting story. He's the vice president of business development at AccuRadio. And when we plugged in Cynthia into AccuRadio, instantly the amount of radio stations, it's a radio station. I'll show you it in a moment. It's a radio station online. And the moment we plugged in Cynthia, the amount of listening went up 20%. Instantly. The reason is because when you make things easier to find, people find what they're looking for more easily, right? It's kind of like that. So he said AccuRadio saw an increase in 20% in channel listening. Okay. And then true representation. And this is where I think we really take it to the next level. So this is a portrait of Brigida Romanoff, who is the executive director of the Costume Designer Guild, right? So the labor union for costume designers in Hollywood, their costume guild, their union is 90% women, 90% women. So imagine that for a moment, right? What does it mean to be equitable and fair in a labor union with 90% women? Like, no one ever thinks about that, right? Like, I mean, that's a totally unusual situation. You know what I mean? What does it mean to be fair in that situation? Should it be, should the search results be half men, half women, or that's not really representative, right? So one of the values of Cynthia is representationalism. So everyone should be represented inside Cynthia. Everyone should be represented. You should have what I would call true representation. So when I actually gave the demo from Tony Krantz to Brigida, we met with her. You know, Tony Krantz, the Hollywood producer, he got me a meeting with Brigida Romanoff. So we went to Brigida Romanoff and she said, show me the search. So she said, okay, search for this. And then she looked at the output of the search and she said, yeah, that's the demographics of my union. We have 90% women. And the search results were 90% women and 10% men, you know? And that was it. So she said the Cynthia search results accurately reflect the demographics of our union with 90% women. Cool. So not was
mainly female and very small.
yes.
I mean, but the thing is, okay, physically, are we looking at physical representation or cerebral representation?
Is statistical representation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So gender, basically.
Well, so what yeah.
So just the fact that they're 90% women doesn't mean they're not going to be productive.
So let me describe the search. So like I said, Brigida, okay, give me a search. And she says, give me the top, how about, let's try the easiest search. The easiest search is show me the top costume designers of all time.
Right.
And what does that mean? What do you mean by the top costume designers? Does that mean the number of awards they won, the number of jobs they had, the years of experience? Like, what does it mean? So I have an answer to that, and Cynthia has an answer to that. And but when you did that simple query, it came out 9 out of 10 women, 1 man, basically all mixed up together. So Cynthia somehow knows that the simplest, most elementary query should represent the demographics accurately. Now, if you said, show me costume designers for Victorian love stories, maybe that's 100% women. Or if you said, show me costume designers for outer space battles, maybe that's like 40% men. Who knows? You know what I mean?
It could also be women.
60% women, 40% men for outer space. You know what I mean? Right? Outer space pew pew. You know what I mean? Like space station battle, like Neha's space station battles, right? And all the spaceships, you know, right? Maybe a costume designer for that is more likely to be a man. I don't know. I'm just making things up. But anyways, I can say to this.
I remember sorry.
Please tell me.
I remember one of the things my mom always used to tell me that, listen to me, I don't care how tall you are. I carry you for 9 months, okay? So I can wipe you up perfect. And that made me think, because it's like, okay, these women gave birth to us, whether we're men or whatever you are. They carried you for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
Your mom's rationalization for smacking you about. Okay, cool. Very good. By the way, I wanted to show you like that it was pretty accurate with Brigida Romanoff. So Brigida Romanoff, this is her picture right here. So I took her picture. She has these like amazingly strong, like kind of jaw lines and cheekbones. What's that? It sounds like it, right?
It sounds like it's the same cheekbones.
Yeah. So I took this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, from Eastern Bloc, yeah.
Wonder if it will say like.
Oh, each second generation.
Yes, yeah.
For sure. She did the butterfly effect costumes, but she's the executive director of the union. So now she's more just like a high-powered kind of business person representing her workers. The Costume Designer Guild is thriving through the labor union strike, so they're doing okay. I think they were one of the first ones to achieve their ask in the settlement process. So they're very successful, and it's due to her leadership in large part.
The writers, yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Are they? Are they still, or is it over? Oh my God.
Still going on, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Still ongoing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's doing a lot of animations as well. Where
Because we're starting in a couple of weeks, there was BFI starting.
Oh, I see.
Because one of my friends is a animation writer, so he draws like pictures and stuff, and he was talking about the writer's strike and that's why it's a lot more harder to get, like, for them to stay within the industry. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but yeah, maybe.
Fascinating. I haven't followed up on that. You know, I've been more dancing through the streets of London, happy to be here. I've just left all my cares behind in Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Dancing in the
The opposite, because the scientists for I'm not here.
You know, a lot of people have asked me what I think about UK and USA, and I say, like, you know, in California, I like the geography, you know, but here is the weather, the nature, the mountains, you know. Here I like the culture, so this is where I feel better inside, you know, in my heart and my soul, you know, is here. Also, my father is British, so all of the conversations I had as a child was with my British father, so you know, like,
Even your accent's not that.
it's not that American, right? Like, I speak like a Californian, but the thought process is British. Yeah. I'm not really identical to any place, right? Every place I go, there's always something different. I'm always,
You're finding the best of
or I'm an outsider. Right? So this is the blog post about the system that I made with Tony Krantz that we showed to Brigitte Romanoff. It's called Thread. It's all capital, so THRED, like thread. And this is the thread that I made, the golden spindle of thread, you know, in space with Midjourney. And the idea here is that what we're going to do is we're going to make like a Bumble for Hollywood talent. So if you're a producer, you can open the app and like swipe through talent, right? Like with cards, and these cards should be cute or something like this, right? So maybe like this would be a card for an invitation to be the main action figure, and this would be the funny sidekick friend, and then this one would be the evil bad guy, and then this one would be the wild funny character or something. Yeah. And then as you're casting them, you can go through talent, and then you can send invitations to the talent, and it makes it democratic, basically. So it's like Bumble for Hollywood talent and producers. So not dating, but rather casting. And there's the quote by Brigitte Romanoff, where she says that 90% women were accurately represented. And we made a video with code and theory. So I will show you this video. Do I have sound?
Built for the media business.
Oh yeah. Let me
With
start this
AI
over.
powered by Cynthia.ai.
So we made this with code and theory.
Introducing Thread, a transformative, professional B2B network built for the media business with AI powered by Cynthia.io and designed by Code and Theory. Thread starts with filmed entertainment, then expands into music, publishing, video games, web design, and sports. Thread is an industrial-grade, algorithm-based global platform that searches, matches, and transacts, and much, much more. Let's take a look at the search process, which can be done for any production job or service like cinematographers, stage rentals, caterers, costume designers, and everyone and everything in between. Using Thread's smart widgets, the searcher inputs the dates, location, and weekly salary range for the job, which are displayed in the main line, creating a customizable search framework to use. But Thread goes much deeper, searching into the creative essence of candidates based on their credits and work experience, using Studio System's extensive categorizations and massive database. Weighted sliders allow the searcher to discover candidates with specific skills in genres like action, science fiction, or anything else. As the main line fills up, Thread hones in on increasingly relevant candidates for the job. Thread's interactive mainline makes professional grade searching fast, intuitive, and beautiful, with results at a glance.
Beautiful.
It's built by creative artists and industry professionals. The AI-powered search assistant offers tips, auto-filling predicted values while always leaving the final choice to the user. Thread allows searchers to find candidates related to anyone they want and by various degrees of separation.
Like you see, we're not
It's a
even saying
whole new
gender,
innovation.
anything like that.
For
We're
example,
saying
if a searcher wants a
idea.
candidate who's worked with Abe Froman, Thread will find them. And if you want more than one degree of separation, someone who's worked with someone who's worked on, say, Avatar, Thread does that too. Once the search framework is set, Thread delivers a list of best candidates, including their availability, location, salary range, and compatibility to the current search. It's like a revolutionary AI-powered talent agent over the entire media industry. Candidates can be selected, archived, or explored further through their storefronts, which are like their Facebook homepages. Searchers can adjust the search framework even during the match phase, with results changing instantly in real time. Thread encourages diversity in its results. In another innovation, we used information theory to detect and notify the searcher of any unfair bias. By clicking on Diversify, Thread instantly pulls in new candidates for better balanced representation. With Thread's unique organizing tools, searchers can dive deeper into candidate selections. And in another evolution, built for full transparency, Thread's AI explains precisely why it delivered a particular candidate, fostering a human-centric atmosphere of trust, safety, and importantly, creating a merit-based system. From here, searchers can view a candidate's personal storefront to explore their reels, bios, references, and more. Storefront pages are free to all and leverage Studio System's massive 2.3 million strong database of entries that are already in place, a huge competitive leg up. Invitations to the project can be sent to candidates with one click.
This is where you send the invites.
Thread is a look into the future, an all-new B2B professional-grade searching, matching, transacting network that shakes up yesterday's old business model built overwhelmingly on who you know. It transforms it into a diverse, global, AI-powered, merit-based network spanning the entire media business.
Cool. So that is the video reel. That's what we call the sizzle reel for Thread. That's the Thread sizzle reel. And that's where it lives today. That prototype system is ready to be funded and built, but that was the video that they made as the proof of concept. All of the algorithms that you saw are implemented, so the back end is done, and then as soon as someone makes a front end and funds it, it'll launch. And the idea, well, there's some visual ideas. There's this idea of sliders, so you can say, show me people with a lot of experience throughout time, or you can say, show me people who have more recent experience, or show me people who are starting their career, just breaking into the industry with fresh ideas, who've never seen anything before, right? You can do all these things. And the idea is you saw in that there's sliders. So this is my mid-journey representation of these sliders, tuning it. Like I want 75% drama, 35% science fiction, 27% love story. You know what I mean? And it will tune it for you. And the idea is that all of this comes from a technology which, this is how I visualize it. They're called partially materialized analysis cubes. There is a textbook about it. And this is it here. It says, you know, the New York Times, the Digital Library, PubMed, Medicine are all examples of document collections. Well, I treated the Hollywood as a collection of documents, as a collection of talent, right? The talent is like a document, right? With a visual and some information, what they've done before in their cast, right? Like it's kind of like a document. So treating it like a partial materialization for online processing over multi-tag document collections is the solution to fair and unbiased talent sourcing, okay? I promise. And it works, and it's been verified by the labor unions. Thread also supports collective bargaining. So if you want to put your labor union in this and have like union effects, it can do that too. And so that's this tool. Okay, now I want to show you some actual searches from a different part of Cynthia, and that will be the end of our talk. And then I will give you the outro and maybe get some dinner myself. I want to show you some of the natural language search that's really important. So the first thing I want to do is show you a little bit about the equity and truthfulness of the system, the veracity of the system. This is a blog post called The Search for Equity and Truth. And those are powerful words, right? But I want to show you how Cynthia actually unlocks equity and truth. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Computer History Museum. We're going to go to the museum in Mountain View. It's called the Computer History Museum. Here it is. There in Mountain View. They were just down the street from where I lived in California till recently. And I'm going to say a few things that are controversial. They say CHM decodes technology for everyone, but I think for everyone, they mean like white males. That's what everyone is, white males. Okay, just notice that there's something wrong with this picture. There's something funny happening here. Everyone, that's not everyone, right? Computer History Museum. So yeah, they are the museum hours. They have like all these classic Apple. What's that? Yeah, it's actually 1 block from the Google headquarters in Mountain View. So it's like white males looking at white robots with white walls and white everything. So this is like some white person thing, right? I think that this just fails. I mean, look,
Me neither.
really? Okay. So, well, I looked at it.
I didn't see the color thing.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, I did personally. Like, because I look at words and visuals together and I see if they're consistent.
Right.
So when you tell me you're decoding technology for everyone, but you only show me white males, and that's not everyone.
Well, you know, for me,
Huh.
yeah, it's, see, I feel myself as part of this.
Cool.
Regardless of the fact that,
Cool.
so for me, there's no issue with the
Okay,
color thing.
okay,
It's a
well, let's-
psychological thing.
Well, let me drive the point home. Okay, so I want to search here. So I went to their search, and let's talk about ethnicity, right? So this is a hot topic in computers, right? And everything, AI representation. And Cynthia is tackling it head on, and like Kahil Gibran, looking for that transcendental solution, right? So I'm going to say Black and Hispanic, right? I want to find Black and Hispanic people in computer history. I mean, there must be some, right? You would imagine. It's not all white people. Joe?
Why is there that issue?
What issue?
Of actually nitpicking whether there are blacks or Hispanics.
Well, imagine for a moment that I'm a researcher.
Yeah.
And I'm doing research on ethnicity and bias and fairness. Let me show you an example of a person who is doing that. I know it's funny because, well, anyways, I don't probably look or seem like the usual anti-racism activist, but I'm actually like a really hardcore AI anti-racism activist. And I'll show you, one of my friends is named Joy Bulamwini. So let's find Joy Bulamwini. There she is, Dr. Joy Bulamwini. She is part of the Algorithmic Justice League. So she is an algorithm superhero. Okay, she's a superhero that does it through math and AI, basically. She's recently wrote a book called Unmasking AI. And I haven't read it yet, but it's on my list of things to do. She's one of my first connections. We both went to MIT. And you know, she's going around talking and unpacking how to do things like fighting bias in algorithms. So, you know, I'm a soldier in that fight, you know?
Your thing was when face recognition was
Yes.
on iPhones, you know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
You've been recognizing darker than white.
Yes.
And then that changed the algorithm to speak about issue.
Yes, the vision is a problem for sure.
Instead of going out with my black girlfriends and we're taking pictures, that they are not visible from the pictures. But it's strange.
It is strange. Well, I think personally there's a problem in here, you know, and I'm going to show it to you, what I found. So I'm going to do this search for Black and Hispanic. Like, imagine for a moment, if it helps to change the perspective. Imagine I was Dr. Joy Bulamwini, and what I was doing was research for my book, Unmasking AI, about hidden biases. What I might do is I might go to the Computer History Museum and then start searching their knowledge base to look for biases in AI, right? It would be like research, right? So if I wanted to do that, what if I wanted to find the Black and Hispanic computer scientists? I might want to do that so I can actually ask them or reach out to them if they're being represented fairly or what's their experience like. It's a valid query, I think personally, right? To say, show me the Black and Hispanic people in the history of computation. And there are some, but let's see what happens. So when we did that search, the first result is called The Preservation Game, How Social Media Has Saved Bletchley Park. And the reason that this result came up is that's called Dr. Black. Her name is Dr. Black. She works in Bletchley Park. This is the first result for Black and Hispanic people in the computer history, is a white woman with red hair in England.
But her surname is black.
But her surname is Black. So what this shows you is that keyword engines, such as the ones in the Computer History Museum, don't understand what you're saying at all. And this problem exists everywhere. These search boxes here, not Google search, not Yahoo search, not Bing search, but these search boxes here, they don't work. They're all bad, basically. And this one is extra racist. Okay, to be honest with you. Well, like if I say black and Hispanic and the first result is a white lady with the name black, that doesn't make sense at all. Now, if all I said was black, if all I said was the word black, well, look, my shirt is black, right? Your hat is black. Her name is black, right? The word black is totally like that, you know, it's ambiguous. But if I say black and Hispanic, that's a context of race and ethnicity, right? And of diversity and of inclusiveness. And all we got, well, we get a few more, but then we get the Adams brothers, then we get the page on Sue Black, okay? And there she is. So in the first 4 results, half of the results are about a white woman from England. I'm not saying anything bad about her, trust me, right? What I'm saying is that this search engine, for some reason, is racist, okay? What's that?
Yeah.
It's not accurate. And in fact, I think that that's actually what Dr. Joy Buolamwini would actually call fighting bias in algorithms, okay? So that's an algorithm and it's biased, okay? Thank you, Joe, for pushing me to fully explain this. So I'm gonna take you to the Cynthia app. So this is Cynthia. This is the application where I can give demos. This is my login, currently in dark mode. I'm a dark mode person. You know, I'm like a vampire. I like to sit in the dark. I like, you know, I don't like a lot of sunshine. You know, my curtains are always closed, you know. I'm not on the, You know, can I tell you something? I've never been on the thing called the dark web. I don't even know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the people actually are allowed to do these dodging things and they say they do.
They're not allowed, but they're doing it.
They somehow find a way into it, but they definitely do that.
Yeah, there's documentaries and things like that.
But you really need to want to go.
Yeah, because if you have to think about it, like if you go into normal Google and you wanted to, for example, kidnap someone or find organs or something, you're not gonna go into Google. They're gonna give it to you. You have to find different ways.
Yeah.
I've never been, I keep hearing about it.
Interesting.
How do you actually get on?
Well, okay. To be very precise, what people call the dark web in general is the web which is not findable by Google,
Right.
Yeah.
right? It's the web that exists, but it's just not made publicized,
Right.
basically. And like, it might be public, but it's just you don't know what the link is, right? Like,
It's known by certain people.
it doesn't even have to be password protected. It just has to be a URL that you don't know, like a secret URL, right? Just that's the secret.
Interesting.
Okay, so here's my user interface. Log in, welcome back. This is my little lockbox. By the way, everything you're seeing is my creation by hand, right? So I use tools, I use building blocks, I use libraries, but all of these choices like this graphic, these colors and everything, this is my choice. And this is welcome to Cynthia. So before I get into the actual demo, let me do this first. Let me show you how Cynthia solves a problem. So this is the Computer History Museum, and the model, I've given it a version name, which is the Quantum Quill. Okay, so this is my writing feather, and it's made of quantum stuff, okay? Ooh, magic. So I'm gonna put Black and Hispanic. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, before I show you the search results, these results come from the Computer History Museum. I got it by scraping their website. So the same exact data that's in that website is in Cynthia, okay? It's a copy. I copied the website. And now I'm going to search it with Cynthia. Okay, the first result, let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see this. The first result, the hotspots and the have-nots, revisiting the digital divide. To find the site of my digital divide awakening, I head to Arizona. I take a right off the main highway and I go down a dirt road to the trailer where Mira Inez is growing up and programming. So the first result is a woman of color living in Arizona in a trailer, teaching herself to be a computer programmer. That's Cynthia's first result for Black and Hispanic. The second result is decoding racism in technology, right? Okay, is AI racist? Delivered by Joy Buolamwini. And by the way, they spelled her name wrong. So I want you to go back here for a moment and understand that her name is B-U-O. And the Computer History Museum has spelled it B-O-U. They can't even spell her name right? I mean, like, talk about a lack of care. It's like, spell the name right. And look, they even put it so you can pronounce it, Joy Buolamwini, No, it's like you don't have to give me this thing called Joy Blend Weenie to make her name like funny. Like that's just
like deconstruct the name in a way, but
it's condescending, right? It's just silly. Yeah,
not even regarded.
Yeah.
So disregard.
right. I mean, for me, I see a name like this as an opportunity to learn about the world. I'm going to go search that name. I'm going to find out what country it's from. I want to find out how it was made. I want to find out how to pronounce it. I want to pronounce it in its native language, right? The best I can come up with is Wulamwini. I think that's that's the best my mouth can do. What is it?
Oluwawumi.
Wulawam. Okay. My ears have to hear that a few more times. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It takes me a couple times. Okay, the third result, emojis for everyone. Emojis for everyone. Because at the crossroads of cultural creativity, the struggle for inclusion and equity in emojis. So this is Black and Hispanic in the mind of Cynthia. You see what Cynthia is doing? Now, here's two founders breaking barriers. It's hard for underrepresented entrepreneurs, breaking boundaries, breaking barriers as founders. What do you think this is about? Right? This is about, yeah, breaking barriers. There's a Black, I guess there's two Black people and they're breaking barriers on stage together, right? Amazing. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah, but you notice that the search is with text, right? So the first thing that Cynthia does is turn the images to text. So it's like a captioning. So I have like a captioning model that I took from open source and just integrated it. So everything has to become text at some point, you know, for the learning. Because the search is text. But if you were searching with an image, like reverse image search, then it would learn from the image. Yeah. Thank you. And then the next one, trailblazers and change agents, right? New programs, shattering glass ceilings. Rayo Ferrota, a Mexican Japanese American. So this is Hispanic, but mixed with Japanese. And it doesn't use the word Hispanic. It uses the word Guadalajara, Mexico. Okay. And Japanese. So you can see now that it's half Hispanic. There's no Black, but that's why it's at number 6. See, Cynthia's packing it all in the front. Everything you're looking for is right at the top. Like this is a research tool, right? Imagine Joy Bulamwini. Imagine she was able to go in and actually search for these people, but she can't now in the tool because that tool is insufficient. But look at Cynthia, indigenous circuits, look at that. Cultural forces colliding, right? That's amazing. I said Black and Hispanic. Number 7 says indigenous circuits. That's crazy. And then, yeah, we keep going down and you see, this is a search engine. So as we go down, they become less relevant. The most relevant is like at the top. So you get, you know, a woman of color teaching herself how to program in Arizona. Then you get decoding racism. Then you get inclusive emojis. And then you get breaking barriers. And then you get shattering glass ceilings and Ray Ferrota. And then indigenous circuits. That's Cynthia. Same exact knowledge, but presented with insight, right? Presented with clarity, actually. It's actually about clarity, right? Like I got what I wanted. It's not an agenda, right? Cynthia is not sitting there going, well, we have to put some Black and Hispanic people in here for, you know, inclusion metrics. No, no, no. Cynthia just gives you what you're asking for, right? It's not an agenda. It's not a politics. It's service, right? It's a better way. Okay. So there was that. And I wrote a blog post about it called The Search for Equity and Truth. And this image just captured me, like, especially the fact that her eyes are sort of like, but yes. Well, also the green, like the green is a little bit, like, do those eyes look like snake eyes, kind of like serpent eyes? Like maybe like her tongue is a snake tongue, like if it would be like a fork. You know what I mean? Makes you think, doesn't it? Okay, so I talk about all those queries. So I show the Black and Hispanic query, and then I show what Cynthia does. Let's look at one more, and then I'll take you to the next demo, and then I think we'll wrap it up because I can feel the energy is fading. What about female empowerment? So I'm going to go over here to the Computer History Museum, and I'm going to search for female empowerment. I use female a lot because the word woman is becoming a little bit ambiguous, right? So you have men who are now women, and like you have males who chest feed, right? So I want to be specific. I want to say biological females, and I want to make them more powerful in computers, okay? So there's only one result here, and it's called making your match. And the preview text says, some suspect it is similar to Tinder. So the word Tinder is right there. I said female empowerment, and the first thing it said is go hook up. What the fuck is this? Pardon my language, but what WTF is that? Right? You're right. It's a terrible discriminatory result. It's quite painful to look at, actually. Let's go to Cynthia, right? Female empowerment. Okay. Megan Smith. Who is Megan Smith? A very powerful woman, by the way. Okay. Megan Smith is the chief executive officer at Shift 7, previously the third ever CTO of the United States. In her role in the Obama administration, the information technology policies, and prior to assuming that role in the White House, she served as the VP of Google X, a Google facility that develops the company's, quote, moonshots of high achieving technological advancements. That's the most powerful woman in the museum, okay, of technology, right? She is literally the chief technology officer of the United States of America under Obama, and she's in charge of Google's moonshots. So I said female empowerment, I got the most powerful female in technology. Cynthia gave me what I wanted, right? So now you see, like, there is still a world, a universe of possibility to actually create ethical AI. It hasn't happened yet. I mean, ChatGPT is pretty good, but look at all these websites. Like, imagine if I was searching for a product. Can I find a product that matches my skin tone? I don't know. Can I find a product that matches my gender? I don't know. Then you have people breaking glass ceilings, which is about female salary and the pay gap and the representation gap. Now we have Laura Montoya. She's the founder and director of Accelerate AI, a global nonprofit breaking barriers in engineering artificial intelligence. She's a versatile leader with a passion for AI, research psychology, human development. Now, the next one is a year inspired by, let's see, Google embodies, the Exponential Center is one that accelerates women's careers in technology at the Computer History Museum. Okay, and the interview is conducted by Marguerite Gong Hancock, which is the director of the Women's Technology Center at the museum. That's a good result. Danielle Ford, she's the product designer at Facebook, where she brings the next billion people online. So you know what these are? This is a waterfall of powerful women. So you ask them to give you female empowerment, they tell you go hook up on Tinder. Oh my gosh. You ask Cynthia to give me powerful women, and female empowerment, and I get a cascade of the most powerful women in technology. Like, the truth is out there, but the truth is being concealed, you see? And Cynthia is a truthful artificial intelligence. Cynthia tells you the truth.
Search engine, most powerful women in technology. Come on.
Okay, did I spell that right? I think so, right? Okay. Okay, well, the word woman is in there. So interestingly, it seems that the word female would be underserved. Okay, that's a little bit better. Programs, playing like a girl, women's work. Okay, let's see what Cynthia does. Not a bad result from Computer History Museum. I mean, not egregious. It's maybe not great, but it's not like offensive, right? So the senior writer at Fortune, been on the staff, Business 2.0, CNN Money, Popular Science, Fast Company. She covers the technology industry for the magazine. Okay. So she is an influential writer at Fortune. I would say that that's a very powerful woman in technology, right? Now, Padmasree Warrior, what an amazing name. Oh my gosh, who's this? Right? There's Padmasree Warrior. So you can,
So, like Southeast Asian.
yeah. you can also see what Cynthia is doing is putting people first. So whenever I said women or female or, powerful person, it's actually names of people that are coming out first. Cynthia is identifying the actual people that you're looking for, which is a bit different, right? I mean, in this one, we get basically this high level stuff. But Cynthia's results are a little bit more, yeah, there's something different about them. They're kind of simple. We still see some of the same articles like women's work, but women's work is not really what you were asking for, right? I mean, women's work can be whatever, gender discrimination, sexual harassment. I mean, that's not exactly what we were looking for. That's why Cynthia puts it around number 9, because yes, it's related to being a powerful woman, but it's a tangential concept, adjacent, right? The first one is a very influential woman, literally the senior writer at Fortune magazine staff and Business 2.0 and CNN Money and Popular Science and Fast Company. She's the woman editor of all those magazines. Amazing, right? So that's how Cynthia thinks. I will show you one more demo and then I think we should wrap. Before I do that, I want to change the background preference and I want your collaboration on this. So by the way, just to let you know, Cynthia is fully localized or internationalized, whichever way you want to say it. So if I turn to French, the entire user interface instantly turns French. Okay. And I can go back to English, no problem. Well, I can add new languages. I started with 2, but once I build the whole thing out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like Google Translate just translate it into like every single language, like all at once, not manually. This I did manually just to prove it. Now, also you've seen light mode, of course, like there's light mode, and we can maybe put it with like a green or like an orange, right? Something like that. We also have, of course, dark mode. I love dark mode. I like dark mode everything. Oh, the dark mode, right? Yes, no, not dark web, dark mode, soothing, dark like my soul, Okay, but did you know that there was a third mode? Transparent mode. Has anyone seen transparent mode before? All right. Well, this is like glass on glass. So everything becomes like a pane of glass and the background is a color, but everything is transparent. Cool, right? And that mode can go through different colors. So you can have like a green glass. You can have like, ooh, this one's hot red glass. So here, let's say I'm going to put hot red transparent mode in French. So right now you are talking to one of the world's most powerful search engines in French on a red transparent pane of glass. You didn't think that would happen to you today, did you? Right? It's a surprise. Okay, but now I want to have let's go back to dark mode and I want you to choose a background. So this is the bluebird sitting on a tree. Kind of, a bird is very observant, bird is looking, that's this idea of like a sharp mind, keeping attention. We also have a bonsai tree. It's lovely. Of course, there is a bunny. My bunny. Oh, I know, but I know. Maybe I was sad when I was thinking about my bunny. I'll put one of our happy bunnies. Okay. Espresso, the coffee, that's like here, By the way, I built all of this in Edenloch in Edinburgh, as I mentioned. There's a flower. Okay, does anyone have a favorite so far? The beach? All right, let's keep the beach. Thank you, Aziz. All right, so we're going to go to another model here, and I'm going to show you, let's see, what's another one that would really be cool to see? Oh, you know what's a cool one? Let's talk about Brewdog. Everyone know Brewdog? Brewdog is a celebrity Scottish beer company. So they are from Scotland, and they started in a basement in Scotland with some old metal barrels or something like that, and now they're totally successful. They have a hotel in Las Vegas. They've got all these amazing flavors. The Nano Dog, Scotland versus England, of course, right? I'm sure they'll threaten to secede again. Yeah, and they'll say, "Oh, are they litigious?" I don't know. You can get unlimited wings and your 200-pound bar tab. So this is a very fun beer company. Look, the post-punk, the punk IPA. And okay, cool. So that's this website. They're so fun, right? Make the earth great again. They're a carbon negative company. So for every for every tree they burn down, if you will, they plant two. If you, I could say that. So they twice give back, and that's them. Let's try a search. I haven't been here in a while, so I don't know if this will work. But I'm going to try a search that the last time I was here, I'm not even able to click their search box right now. Nothing is happening. Hey guys. No, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Wait, I think I saw I don't know. Their thing is not working. Hold on. Really? Like, can I not actually? That's actually really strange. There's like a UI problem. It's not clickable. I don't know why. But I'm going to show you our model that's dedicated to BrewDog. So, oh, I should turn it back to English too. Hold on a second. We're still in French mode. Okay. So let's go back to BrewDog. And I'm going to ask for a light and sweet beer. Okay. So this is BrewDog's beer catalog. And by the way, this is the same underlying language model that did the Computer History Museum. So Cynthia's language brain is the same brain for all the models. So it's a universal model. It serves every topic. So it can do clothing, it can do perfume, it can do history, it can do everything. You know what I mean? So let's search for a light and sweet beer. I want a light and sweet beer. Okay, this is a level 1 query. I told you there's always 3 levels to a Cynthia demo. Beginning, intermediate, and blow your mind, So light and sweet. The first result, the 50-50 can, which is lemon zest and sweet sherbet on a crisp Pilsner malt base with light floral notes and a sharp, refreshing citrus tart finish. Not only is this the lightest and sweetest beer in the catalog, I would be willing to bet that is the lightest and sweetest sentence that you've read all day, perhaps all year. Really? Sharp, refreshing citrus tart finish. It's just so light and sweet. That's the lightest and sweetest thing I've ever read, really. Light floral notes on a lemon zest. Oh my gosh. The next one, light speed, which is a light beer. The next one is the Lost AF, which is actually alcohol-free, but it's a light, zingy, alcohol-free beer. So you got alcohol-free if you want to. Then you get the Mallow Laser Quest, the hazy IPA with fruit aromas, pineapple, candy, sherbet, mallow notes, and a sweet finish. Okay, and as we go down, what you're going to see is they're all light beers. Now we have a punk IPA at number 9. And all of these beers are light beers, and they are ordered in descending order of sweetness. Right? We did not get any dark beers, but what we got is we got all light beers, and as we go down, they get less sweet. So the first one is like a flower and a lemon in a lightning bolt on the tip of your tongue, right? It's the lightest and sweetest sparkly unicorn, right? In the bottom, we get the punk IPA. So the beer that kickstarted it all, it's light, it's golden, and it has a burst of caramel, tropical fruit, grapefruit, pineapple, and a bitter finish. So it's sweet and lychee, yeah, the berry, right? It's also sweet berry, right? And it has a bitter finish, and it's not done yet, right? So this is a light beer. It has sweet elements, but it actually says there's a spiky, bitter finish. So this is also a bitter beer. It's not only sweet and bitter, but the first one was only sweet. So this is how Cynthia thinks. Like I said, light and sweet. Cynthia kind of knows that light is a very defining characteristic, and sweetness, there's a range of sweetness that comes to the side. So you can see like Cynthia is optimizing like that. And all these results come back really quickly, generally speaking. It's not like ChatGPT where it's thinking about it for like a minute, you know what I mean? So you can use this in real time on a website. This is production, and this is in production right now. So light and sweet. The next one is strong and heavy hitting. Okay, so this is number 2, strong and heavy hitting. Now, this is a weird query. Like, why would you ever ask for a strong and heavy hitting beer? I don't know. Maybe I want a strong beer. I want a Guinness inside of a dark chocolate bar, inside of a double chocolate grenade bomb of dark chocolate. It punches you in the soul. Yes. Right. Okay. So let's find out what beers are strong and heavy hitting. Well, the first one is called the Double Punk, UK's favorite craft beer that started all, which gets ramped up for a relentlessly hoppy onslaught. Okay. It balances a light malt and a citrus forward and super pithy delivery. Expect plenty of bitterness from this heavy-handed hopping and a clear golden appearance. Double your punk, double your fun, right? That hit you right in the soul, didn't it? Okay, cool. Now, number 2, OG Hazy Jane. East Coast collides and cranks it up, right? You know, super dry hopped, full tilt fruit hit. Low on bitterness, high on haze, heavy on hops. Embrace the opaque. Now we're talking about embracing the darkness, you know, from Scotland in cranking it up to collide with it, right? I mean, these are violent words if you think about it. So I asked for a strong and heavy hitting beer, and all the descriptions are using violent language, which is interesting, right? Cynthia understands words that are aggressive and in this way, but none of the results are inappropriate, right? I mean, this is actually even safe for like a child to use, right? I mean, these are just the results, right? And these are all written so that they're legally acceptable, right? They have lawyers that work for this company. So all of these descriptions are blessed by attorneys, right? Abil, like this has been reviewed by marketing communications for legality, right? So the results are all legal, but what you can, and now look at this, 5 a.m. Saint, stop the clock. This 5 malt 5% hits with the big time with the 7 strong dry hop regime. Berry and citrus collide. Spiced marmalade jostles with chocolate. It's an anarchy of malt. Time to perfection, which is bittersweet chaos reborn in my soul. I mean, look at that result. That's crazy. This query was strong and heavy hitting. Yeah, and all the results are talking about jostling and colliding and embracing and hitting and right. Cynthia is retrieving information based on like cognitive archetypes. And this is number 3. This will be the last one. And then I'll give you my thanks for the night, which is, you know, I had a person say to me, I don't know about all these flavors. I don't know about beer. I'm new to beer. What if I'm new? I never had a beer before. I'm new to beer. Please introduce me to something nice, right? Okay. I'm new. Wait, is it I'm new to beer, or please introduce me to something nice? I don't remember what this query was, but okay. I'm new to beer, please introduce me to something nice, and the first result is the variety pack. Right? The perfect box of beer if you want to try some of the best craft beer that BrewDog has to offer. The second result, which is the BrewDog Beer School. This 12-pack contains favorites and guest beer curated by experts, exclusively designed to drink alongside the online edition of the Beer School. So I'm new to beer, please introduce me to something nice, and you got a variety pack and a pack of beer to take to school with you. Doesn't use any of the same words. There's no keywords here, right? There's no words at all, actually, that are the same, except maybe like the and of or whatever. But Cynthia understands what it means to want to be introduced to something because you don't really know anything about it. So you went to school and you got some variety. That's how Cynthia thinks. So this is the level 3 query. And what I think I'm proving to you now is that Cynthia is the world's first search engine that exhibits what you would call common sense reasoning and is fully inclusive and universal. So by the way, people have tried to steal this from me. I have gotten involved with aggressive investors, crazy business people. This technology is explosive. And you know, I need trustworthy people to fund it and to start using it. I've had customers that have tried to hurt my company. You know, it's no cryptography. Yeah, it's just locked down.
Wow, they went that deep to try to hack the system.
What's that?
I said they went that deep to try to get your codes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, so my code is in a very secure place, so no one can get at it. People have asked for access to it. I'm like, no. The rule for access to code in Cynthia is you have to be an engineer. You have to have a need to know, right? If you don't need to know, you don't get it. And you have to have stock in the company.
Oh.
And that these are, by the way, that's the Apple rule. So that rule is taken directly from Apple. So what I've also shown you here is that Cynthia is what you would call like a universal search model. And that's why the vision statement that I wrote for Cynthia Systems is the vision of Cynthia Systems is to present scalable and inclusive artificial intelligence to businesses globally, ensuring our approach remains socially responsible and environmentally friendly. That is the vision. Universal and friendly. Cynthia Williams. She is just Cynthia. Like there's this one name, you know, she's an artist. She only has one name, you know, like Beyonce. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, she wouldn't be queen bee, she'd be queen C. This is all my contact information, and I'll share this presentation online. You can all see it. I'll put it on the event. I'll put it on my LinkedIn. And please connect with me if we're not connected already. I'm also on Upwork and Fiverr. You can hire me to build things like this for you. I'd be happy to. And yep, please. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. Yes, your engagement and curiosity are truly appreciated. Thank you so much. And as one final message, I want to leave you with a thought from Khalil Gibran. We'll bring it back to the beginning. We'll end where we began, which is he has a poem called On Freedom. And he says, "You shall be free indeed when your days are not without a care, nor your nights without a wonder or grief, but rather when these things girdle your life, and yet you rise above them, naked and unbound." You rise above, naked and unbound. No chains, no fakeness, no art, trueness, genuine, freedom. Yeah. And then, yeah, Dolly drew that for me based on that. So there it is. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was so beautiful to have all of you here. Thank you so much. Yeah.
It seems so easy. I know it's not easy, but the way you explained it. Seems
Thank you.
very-
So I'm self-taught. So I started from not knowing anything and teaching myself all this stuff. So I'm still like a beginning learner, I just work really super hard on this all the time because I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah, the passion shows.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Why not?
It tastes good food.